Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is. The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And yo, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Season 7, Episode number 13, The Perfect Pair. Yo, this episode was a lot to digest, to dichotomize and take in, because I am someone who knows what it's like to lose a parent. So it's like I will say this: the show has tiptoed around that truth for years. You've heard it, plotted, and you've heard it said out loud. But this episode, because there's been illusions, but this episode confirmed what it was that we kind of knew, and I'm glad that they took the opportunity to give fans a chance to really understand where Applejack, Apple Bloom, and Big Mac come from. That it gave us the opportunity to witness this pure love between Pear Butter and Bright Mac, and it was so wonderful to see. I'm like, yo, William Shatner and Felicia Day, they killed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is the second Star Trek alum we didn't had on the show, because we just got through with an episode with everybody's favorite chaotic being Discord, and Felicia Day is Felicia Day, so it is what it is with that. You know what I'm saying? So, my thing is that I just want to say this, because I feel that, that if I'm going to review this and be honest, let's just say this. I understand this point, because I'm trying to, filter it out and get it out in words. This may not be the time or place to tell little children, hey, one day you're gonna die, and I'm just gonna be as blunt as that about it. It's like, this probably isn't the place for real to talk about the finality that is the human existence. It is what it is. It's other mediums that really get deep into that, and it's been more and more when I think about cartoons for real. Cartoons for years when I was coming up dodged around people dying. I'm like, you couldn't kill people on TV. You cartoon characters couldn't kill other cartoon characters. That's why the Foot Soldiers and Ninja Turtles were robots. That's what it was. That's when it went back in 87, 88 when I was coming up, when Leonardo was my hero. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? We can cut up robots all day long because they're not human flesh. Da 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 da. 2017, 30 years later. You know what I'm saying? But again, this isn't the time or space, you know what I'm saying, to talk to little kids about death. And I don't really think that Friendship is Magic is ever going to get to a point where they're really going to straight throw death at you. Maybe the movie goes there, because the movie probably has a better chance and more room that they're not constrained by television requirements and whatever technically is the FCC and Canada or whatever. I will say this, because I've got it on that point long enough. Let's just sit up here and let's just say the truth. This was a wonderful episode. I'm like, this was just a wonderful episode. I don't know what more you really want me to say. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, this show tugged at my heartstrings. It's not like it didn't get as deep as, when episodes of Steven Universe that go straight for ripping my heartstrings out of my chest and showing them to me, cry, fool, cry for me. It wasn't like that, but there were honest tears. It's it was honest tears when I realized that, this is for real. When they start talking about Bright Mac and Pear Butter in past tense, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just sitting up here, like I say, because again, I am someone who's lost a parent. It's that reminders of who the boss was and what she meant to me and everything that this episode did, because this episode did a wonderful job of giving us some deep understanding into why Applejack's so honest, and to why Apple Bloom is 1/3 of the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and why they do the best they can to do what they do for all the Phillies who trying to find a special talent, and Big Mac being who he is, because that's who his daddy was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this was done wonderfully. You know what I'm saying? This was a wonderful thing. I hope we see more of Grandpa. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I hope we see more. You know what I'm saying? More people come through and like, yo, come put down some voice love. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I said, because that this is like a little personal for me, is all I can really, honestly, legitimately say is the following. This was spectacularly and wonderfully handled. It's like, yo, death is indeed a part of life. What starts must end. That is just how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And it's like, and it's not being honest to not sit up here and accept that indeed death is a part of life. You know what I'm saying? You have to accept that. Once it starts, it must end. What it is. Depending on how you get down, what you believe in, what you don't. Hey, second chances maybe. The thing though. The thing that's important is, even though that they've done all that, love does indeed conquer all. Is that we have our differences. They make us who we are. Our differences make us better people. But sometimes you'll meet somebody and that person will complete you and show you what it is that you've been missing and make you a better person with them together than you could ever be apart. And that's what Pear Butter and Bright Mac represent. It's like, yo, that's special love right there. That's a deep love. And I'm like, a lot of that is gonna go over people's heads, because if if you've never been in that situation and you've never felt that way about somebody else, it's hard to really look at it in the way that I'm looking at it as someone who has been in love before. You know what I'm saying? Who feels that that there's love still to discover. It's like, you can't know about what you've never felt. And I felt that, that I've been in love before. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but as we talked about life and death, some things are not built to last, and humans aren't, and sometimes love isn't either. But sometimes, for the special few that do, you find a love that lasts until what you consider the end of time. But yo, I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. Yo, you're in my head like a catchy song. Yo, great job. Wonderful song. Wonderful episode. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful handling of the subject matter. And from someone, like I said, who's lost a parent, I appreciate that. Why you can't flat out say on the kid show, hey, your parents are dead. Well, you can. Star did it. You know what I'm saying? Star versus the Forces of Evil did it, and did it in a way that when I review Battle for Immunity, that I appreciated it. And I appreciated that that Friendship is Magic didn't go there because they didn't need to. Enough illusions to understand that if a parent is watching it with their kid and they have questions, it's enough to start that conversation, but not too much to overbear the child that watches. And that's important. With all of that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Let's see. I think this concludes everything that I have to do that has to do with me and a microphone. Because let's see. Caught up on Kamen Rider. Caught up on Q Ranger. Did the Equestria Girl Summer Shorts. Did Discordian Harmony, which I loved it. And I equally love this episode. So I think we done. I'm like, unless it's some other reason that the universe will give me to get on the mic, you have heard everything you would want to hear from me today. Or it just depends. Mike might come on, you never know. I don't control the mic's power, but the mic power doesn't control me. We are a bonded entity, and we do what we can to bring that heat to those who need it. So we'll go ahead and get up out of here. You know who it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And I'd like to thank you once again for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. With that being said, always and forever, boss, thank you. I'll talk to you guys next time, man. Peace out.